because there's good news and bad news when it comes to energy prices today. And the good news is that Ofgem price cap will be cut by almost £1,000 in April due to a fall in wholesale prices. The bad news is the average energy bill will also still increase by around £500 a year due to the changes of the government's energy price guarantee. Joining me now on the show is Andy Mayer, who's an energy and infrastructure analyst at the Institute for Economic Affairs. Andy, thank you very much. Some people are getting very angry about all of this now. What do you make of it?
Well, at one level, it's long forecast, so there's nothing unexpected here. What's really happened is that underlying energy bills have come down by about £1,000 a year for a typical household. But a typical household won't see that. What they're going to see instead is an increase by about £900 for a couple of reasons, one of which is the increase of the energy price cap from £2,500 to £3,000, and the other is the withdrawal of the energy bill subsidy scheme of about £400, which was only operating for 6 months. So in terms of what you actually see in terms of the bills, it depends on your energy use. But for that typical household, they're going up by about £75 a month for 3 months before falling substantially again in the summer below the level of the energy price cap, we think, but it's uncertain. And then you'll be seeing things that are about double what you used to pay before this crisis kicked off. So somewhere in the region of £2,000 to £2,300 a year. There's still a lot, but not quite the disaster that we were all worried about when we started talking about this over a year ago.
No, exactly. It's not quite the disaster we were all worried about. And also, as well, it's important, I think, Andy, to emphasise, isn't it, that taxpayers have been footing the bill quite a lot for these energy price caps, etc., and for grants and things like that, haven't they? So is it actually about time that people maybe rip the Band-Aid off and just grin and bear it a little bit if they can?
Yeah, it's also important to note that ripping the Band-Aid off doesn't mean for the most vulnerable households. So a lot of the welfare schemes that were put in place to help people who really could not pay these bills are still there. We've lost the £400, but you can still get £650 in the cost of living payment. You can still get the winter fuel discount of about £150, and there's another £150 to £300 for pensioners. So if you need help, the support is there. And if all of those fail, many of the energy companies and some local authorities also provide schemes that can help people directly if they're really struggling or have had some massive adverse situation happen in their lives. So for the rest of us, yeah, we should be paying the full cost of energy. And the reason for that is if we don't, what happens is that the government, or rather we, are subsidising energy use. And that's the worst possible thing to do when energy prices are so high. What we want people to do is if they don't need to use the energy, don't use it. And the example often used is don't turn on the swimming pool heater. If you've got a hot tub, use that. Try and find ways of saving energy and investing in things in your home that will help energy use.
All right, Andy, look, thank you very, very much. Andy Mayer there, who is, of course, the Energy and Infrastructure Analyst at the IEA. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up on all of that, because that's something that could easily get lost in all of today's big news, isn't it? The fact that essentially your energy bills are going to go up. But we'll talk about that again a little bit later on.